Welcome to the What's Our Verdict podcast, where we fashion ourselves cinematic judge and jury. My name is JJ Crowder. I'm here with my co-hosts, Javier Ortiz.
What is up, my nerds?
And Ian Anderson.
Some shit.
We appreciate your help growing the podcast. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and bell notification button. Go check out our website, whatsourverdict.com, where you can sign up for our newsletter to get exclusive content and updates. You can also pick up some sweet merch there. Interact with us. Listen to our What's Our Verdict TV episodes as well, which I'm hoping to get picking up later on next week with they just dropped the first episode of Loki, so I can't wait. I haven't watched it yet. I need to watch it. This is our spoiler-free review. Our deep dive reviews are available every Monday wherever fine podcasts are found: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Ghana, just to name a few. As always, it's completely free to listen. We do always ask, if you ever find yourself wondering if you should spend the time, money, or both on a movie. To help with that question, each week we put a movie on trial, discuss the facts, pass judgment, and let you know our verdict. During this, our spoiler-free review, we'll rate the movie on a 3-tiered scale: worth it, meaning you should definitely watch this movie as soon as possible; stream it, meaning we can wait until you can watch it for free in the comfort of your own couch; and finally, not impressed, meaning you shouldn't watch it at all. Today we're reviewing In the Heights. It was released June 11th, 2021. It was written by Chiara Alegria Hudes, and it was directed by John M. Chu. It stars Anthony Ramos, Melissa Barrera, Leslie Grace, Corey Hawkins, Olga Meredi, Gregory Diaz IV, and Jimmy Smits. Uznavi, a sympathetic New York bodega owner, saves every penny every day as he imagines and sings about a better life. So to kick us off with our spoiler free, I'm going to get this out of the way, try to lighten the mood, because I know I'm going to have the only opinion of this. As I was actually kind of surprised. I had a good time watching this movie, fellas. I watched it this morning. Just finished it like 10 minutes ago before I set this whole thing up, and I actually enjoyed it. Was it the best movie? Not even close. It's not a perfect movie. There's a lot of issues. It's long for what it is. I
Very long.
I think it was last week's movie where we got to a point that I was like, oh, it's winding. Holy shit, there's still 45 minutes left in this movie. So it is long. But I actually enjoyed the majority of it. I think there's some storylines that were unnecessary and bloated, but I had fun. And by the end of it, I felt pretty good coming away from it. So I liked it. The acting's pretty fun. Some of it's really bad. Some of the songs are terrible, but some of them were pretty good, and I enjoyed myself. So it's really kind of all over the place with this movie. But at the end of the day, overall, I did have a good time watching it. It was lighter mood than we've watched in a good long while. I feel like we've watched a lot of heavy movies over the last few weeks. So this week, next week, it's kind of nice to kind of get a break from the heavy. But yeah, so I didn't hate it. I didn't fawn over it or anything, but it could have been much worse. So I'm going to give it a stream it. If you have HBO Max, watch it. If you don't, I don't know that I'd rush out to the theater. I think you could go rewatch A Quiet Place 2, and it'd be much more entertaining. But it's not bad watch if you're in the mood to sit down and.
Especially if you watch it with Javier.
Yeah, exactly.
Did I tell you guys I went and saw that again?
Yeah, you did text.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Because I was like, I have some more issues with it, and no one responded.
Yeah, because I don't want to know your other issues.
You guys are cowards.
We'll talk offline because I do want to hear them so that I can chew them up and spit them out.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so I give this movie a stream it. I didn't hate it, wasn't enamored with it, but it wasn't even remotely close to the worst thing we've watched recently. Ian.
I've been trying to decide on what filter or lens to rate this through, because if I go straight with me, it's not going to be good. But if I'm being a little more objective, it's still not that good, but it's not as bad as, I don't know. I'm not a musical guy. I mean, the whole Hamilton thing, even Mamma Mia, my little sister will watch that. It drives me nuts. So I was hoping that I would go in with really low expectations and it would wow me, but it did not. I can't get behind the musicals, guys. I can't do it. So I'm going to say, for me personally, not impressed, but if I was being more objective, I know that there's individuals that would really like this if they're into musicals. And so from that perspective, it would be a stream it. But for me, Yeah, not impressed.
Fair enough. Javier.
Okay, so there are some good things about this movie, right? Like the music's good and the choreography is good. I think Lin Manuel Miranda is the most pretentious piece of shit that has ever lived. In Hamilton, he made the play and then casted himself as the lead. And in this movie, he had to be in it, right? He just had to be in it. So he sings a song about snow cones. Like, what value did him being on the screen at? Like, so going into this movie was already going to be hard for me because I think that dude sucks, and he's a terrible singer. Terrible. He calls himself a rapper. Like, if you look him up, if you Google him, rapper is on there, and I'm like, someone needs to tell this guy, right, that he's not a rapper. But anyway, that's a Hamilton review, not In the Heights. So I'm going into this already not liking the dude who wrote the music because he's a just absolute tool. And then they market this movie as like a in-depth commentary about the struggles of Latino Americans, right? And you do not get that in the movie. Right? There's like two characters where you're like, okay, these are real issues. Otherwise, no one deals with real issues in this movie. And then when we're not dealing with real issues, we're singing about snow cones. So I think as far as a narrative goes, terrible movie, terrible plot line, terrible like character development. Like I have a whole list of things that are just terrible, but I guess we'll just start with those two. Oh, and as far as like a musical goes, it's not even that good. It's like not that, like, compared to other musicals, it is like not that good. Like if you have to watch this or Hamilton, as much as Miranda is terrible at rapping and singing, the rest of that is still better than this. So anyway, I'm gonna say not impressed because there's almost nothing to be impressed about. Also, why use a green screen at a pool? Like, anyway, I'm sure we'll get more into this. This movie's. I know people are gonna ignore me, right, and go watch this anyway. And when you are an hour and a half into this movie and bored out of your mind, don't come crawling back to me. That's all I'm saying. It's boring
because I had to actually watch it in segments because I couldn't take like just the straight all at once. Like I had to go and like recover and then come back to the movie and watch it again.
Dude, like I'm not a huge musical guy either, but there are some musicals that I can really get into, right? That I'm like, even though I'm not a musical guy, this is a really compelling story. Into the Heights is not one of those.
You guys have black hearts and souls.
No, like I said, there are good musicals out there. This is not one of them.
Oh shit! No, I'm excited to hear about going to the deep dive because, like I said, I had fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you would.
I would, because I have a nice, clean soul instead of a black heart.
What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know. I'm just talking shit. You know how I am.
You're just happy that your hat got validated for you.
That's exactly. Finally, I see my hat somewhere other than just on my head.
That's the kind of representation I want to see in movies.
Exactly. What's the fat white guy that looks like Dom DeLuise with the hat on gonna think about the hat being in this movie about Latino culture in America? Hey, whatever. Yeah, so join us Monday, 6/14, June 14th, for our deep dive on this movie In the Heights. But as you can see, we have a stream it and a couple not impressed, so they're probably better movies for you to go check out this weekend.
I think we can all guess Mattson's rating would also be not impressed because he's, by far the least like culturally aware person out of the four of us. So really, we'd have three not impressed and one stream it.
That's fair. But he's on his own beach right now, so his opinion doesn't matter at this moment. I'm sure we'll all catch a bunch of shit when he watches this YouTube video later.
He doesn't watch these.
That's fair. He probably won't watch these. Anyway, so yeah, tune in for that on Monday, June 14th for the deep dive. This has been our spoiler free. You can catch us on our Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Obviously, you're probably watching this on YouTube and Twitter. Reach out to us. Go check out our website, whatsoververdict.com. Leave us a comment on our episodes there. Check out the TV side, which we'll be picking up. And then, yeah, we appreciate you tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye-bye now.
Cinemagic out.
Whoa!